We have a special report this morning. Wednesday marks the 100th anniversary of the passing of Warren G. Harding. The death of the 29th President of the United States led to one of the most unusual swearing-in ceremonies in our country's history. Now, with more on the unique event, here's our Jimmy Alexander.
Normally, when a president takes the oath of office, it's administered by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court on the steps of the Capitol. But at 2:47 a.m. on August 3rd in 1923, the sitting vice president was in Plymouth, Vermont, visiting his parents in their home, which had no electricity. Let's see more about the night Calvin Coolidge became the president of the United States.
On the night of August 2nd, 1923, the Coolidges retired to bed at about 9 p.m., fully expecting that it's a normal night. At about midnight, a gentleman drove up from Bridgewater. He had received the news through the telephone that President Harding had passed away in San Francisco. So Colonel John Coolidge wakes up his son, Calvin, and alerts him to the fact that he is now president. At 2:47 a.m., Colonel John swears in his son as the President of the United States.
For many of us, we find it strange that the president's father was able to swear him in.
In February of that year, 1923, he filed his commission with the county that allowed him to be notary public. So in August, he was the only individual president who had the ability to administer an oath. Literally the lowliest office in the land is able to elevate someone into the highest. It occurred right here in the bay window. Well, you are standing about where Calvin Coolidge himself would have stood, and I'm in about the steps of Colonel John Coolidge, his father.
How many people get to come into this room now?
Very few. Very few. You are a lucky few.
The Coolidges had the most interesting array of animals at the White House.
They certainly did, and the most renowned is Rebecca the raccoon. A family from Mississippi shipped her up to be Thanksgiving dinner, but luckily Grace rescued her, deciding...
Hold on. This family wanted the Coolidges to eat a raccoon.
Yes.
For Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And they did the original pardon for Thanksgiving and kept Rebecca as a pet.
She was a pet. She enjoyed playing with bars of soap in their bathtub and climbing curtains, and enjoyed a generally free lifestyle in the White House.
I wonder what kind of stuffing you would put in a raccoon. It's not like I've heard of a turducken, but a raccoon?
Well, fortunately, we don't have to know.